Hey there guys, my name is Luke. Welcome to this episode of the Outdoor Gear Review. Up on this hill here you see two tents. We have the French F1 Commando and you have the Desert Commando tent. Both of these tents are used by the French Foreign Legion and I have shown these off multiple times here on the channel. Now, in the previous episode where I talked about and went over these two tents, I discussed with you all that I would begin testing these tents out in the rain. And guys, I have definitely done that. And folks, I'm ready to share with you all my thoughts, my opinions on this, and I'll share with you how well they fared. This is something that a lot of you have been waiting for because this information is very important. These tents here are very budget friendly. They have some cool aspects to them. Unfortunately, they are not waterproof in the least little bit. With my testing, both of these tents failed absolutely miserably. I will now share with you all some footage that I recorded while these were going through testing at my house, so let's check that out now. Alright guys, it has been raining for roughly an hour and it has been raining very hard. We are going to take a look at these tents and see how well they fared in their untreated, unsealed state. Now guys, this did not do very well at all. Let me have the phone there, love. I apologize for using the phone, but it's still raining, and this thing is somewhat waterproof. So going in, look at all of that. Pools of water. Water came through the doors. Water came through the sides. Through the zippers. Alright guys, so coming in to the tent, you can see that there are no pools of water. But this thing is far from being dry. There is water absolutely everywhere. So this was my real first experience in heavy rainfall. Heavy showers, one after another, with pauses in between. And I was blown away at how poorly they both handled it. Especially the F1 Commando. That one did much worse than the Desert Commando tent. The F1 had at least 4 or 5 times more water in it than the Desert Commando. Water came through the zippers when it was being blown. It came through every single seam, every single stitch. Now, one interesting thing about this is that I've heard from many of you all who own this tent who have gone out and endured rainstorms with no issues. I can't comment on that. All I can comment on is my experiences with these two tents here, and as you all saw, they were set up correctly, 100%, and they both leaked like sieves. I highly recommend that you do not take these out into a storm situation unless you have a large size tarp. And that's because these tents will leak. The harder the rain gets, the more water that will come inside. Of course, if the wind is blowing that rain, a lot of water can come through those zippers. Those are not treated at all. There's no storm flaps, nothing like that. So if rain hits those doors, water is coming inside of that tent. So if you go out, even with a tarp, you need to make sure that you bring some towels with you. Trust me on that one. That's very important. You will need them. As it stands right now, I do not recommend that you take out any one of these tents for an outdoor experience that involves rain or weather. You know, as far as wind goes, that's fine, but rain, you will have issues. That doesn't mean that all hope is lost for these tents, because in the next episode, coming up in probably another week or so, I will be showing you all how to treat these tents with a waterproof agent and how to seam seal these tents. Once that is done, I will set them both up here at Lone Wolf Mountain, and we will go through a test night adventure. Set them up, we'll see how well they fare with a night of rain. I expected there to be some leaking with these tents based upon the materials, the lack of seam sealing, seam tape, and so on, but I did not expect it to be that bad. If you're an individual who has hands-on experience with this tent, make sure to comment down below, share your thoughts, share your stories. Has your version made it through the rain without any issues? Did you have leaking? What did you do to solve those issues? Again, everyone, in a couple of weeks, I will have an episode detailing how to treat these tents and how to seam seal them. This is going to take a lot of work because this bad boy is covered in seams. Now, one major point of leakage for this tent were these seams right here. Namely the seams along the bottom here with this shelf. When it's staked out, you have the vent underneath. A lot of water came through here. And that is the case on both sides and for both tents. For this episode of the Outdoor Gear Review, that pretty much wraps it up for now. That is my warning. If you are going to take either one of these tents out, make sure that you have a huge tarp to put over the top, because these will leak. There are serious issues with these tents that you need to be aware of. So, guys, I will see you all soon. Strength and honor to you all. Adios.